Is there any sign of America slowing down on what they buy on Amazon? Well, according to my sales, there is not. And today we're gonna jump into not only what I've been selling, but what a lot of people are capitalizing on right at this very moment. And I've been asked the question of how do I do this, Liz, and how can I start this online right now without a clue of where to get started? Today, I'm gonna show you exactly what I do if I was just sitting around trying to figure out how to get started on Amazon and looking to jump in and start my Amazon business. I'm gonna talk about that and show you exactly what I've sold for this week so you can see that people out there are doing it and you can too. So let's go ahead and jump straight into my sales. All right, so here we are on my first actual account, and you're gonna notice that the actual margin has gone up since we've actually been doing this. And again, I'm trying to price very liberally because I don't wanna get shut down for price gouging. What that basically means is that if at any point you raise something to a certain price that Amazon's not happy with, they will suspend your account. And come to find out this week, they've been suspending accounts for all sorts of things. Take a look at this screenshot right here from my good friend who just got his account suspended, and it looks like it got suspended for, of all things, selling too much. So beginners, beware, you don't want to do this. What you do want to do is instead pay attention to the advice I give you on each and every product, and either number one, create a private label product with these actual products, and or number two, go out and find it in a store or shop for it online and then merchant fulfill it, which I'll be showing you here later on. The other thing that I want you to pay close attention to is I'm gonna show you a brand new niche at the end of this video that is extremely lucrative if you just use your imagination. And literally you're gonna see that things sell like hotcakes in this actual niche, particularly at a time like this and during Christmas. So let's go ahead and jump straight into what happened. These are the actual revenue stream here for this particular account. Now keep in mind, it is a 14% margin. So what does that mean? That means if I take my handy dandy calculator here for all the nerds out there, you guys don't need it, but dummies like me need it. So let's take a look. It's approximately 34 times 0.147, and it's 14, we'll just put times 0.14, 4,700 in profit take home on a week on this one. And we do have to minus a couple expenses like what I have to pay my team, as well as what I have to pay places like Payability, which we talked about in the last video. So all in all, not bad for this particular store. I'll show you the second store in a minute. But first, let's talk about what's hot, what's selling on Amazon, and what should we be concerned with? What should we be looking at to sell for ourselves? Well, there's that kitty ladder again. And as I said before, I don't know why people are buying this, but I'm imagining they're afraid to leave their kids at home, or maybe they're purposely leaving their kids at home in case they do still need to escape from a fire. They've got this ladder which is selling red hot. So I wouldn't recommend private labeling this or anything, but it's just kind of interesting to know that it is. Now here's a niche that I never even knew existed. So I do encourage you guys that are interested in getting into fitness to look up the yoga woodblock niche, which again, I was always accustomed to those actual actual yoga blocks when I do yoga, but I guess there's some hardcore yogis, tree hugging motherfuckers that are using wood blocks now. So save a tree, instead get the plastic thing, which will screw the seed turtles anyway. So you can't win with yoga. You cannot win with yoga at all unless you sell yoga stuff. So guys and gals, pay close attention to yoga stuff. It's gonna sell right now, and it's gonna sell 6 to 18 months in the future. So always a fantastic niche to jump into, particularly if you like it. Now, no surprise, toilet paper is selling, and it's no matter which way you can get it, people will take this shit. And this one just happens to be an actual business type toilet paper roll. People are buying it up. So any opportunity to get your hands on any toilet paper, it's something that you can sell, but you don't want to raise the prices too high or you'll get accused of price gouging. And this is no surprise, people are reading books. There are some smart people out there. There's not a lot of people like me who choose to instead watch YouTube videos, and then there's the core of us that are crazy enough to do YouTube videos. I won't mention any names here, but here's what I really wanted to talk to you guys about. Games are red hot, and I mean, after all, I was talking about puzzle books and kids activity books and things like that, but take a look at these two games, which I'm selling like hotcakes, and that is purely because people need to do some shit while they're at home, and people are playing games in record numbers. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about how you can take the opportunity of the game niche and run with it. But let's go ahead and jump into store number 2. And you'll see here for store number 2, margins are 17%, which is insanity, right? And if we look, I'm going to show you the best things that have sold from here, but you'll see that body wash and shampoo are actually selling great, which is fantastic because it means that we're at least staying clean in the middle of quarantine and we're at least smelling nice. And that's probably why there's a pretty big group of Corona babies on the way. So again, the baby niche, always hot. It's something that I would definitely look for if I was interested in the niche, but I only know how to make them. As I said before, I don't know anything about taking care of them, and I don't want to get 3 hours of sleep. But at the same time, there is 17% actual profit on this. So if we look at those numbers, this store is at, let's see, 17% on this. I believe that was the right number, but I'll multiply it by 0.17. And we've got almost the same amount being made. So not too bad overall. But on this store, let's take a look at what's selling and what's selling hot. And then we'll talk about how we can use this. So first and foremost, toys. Again, I talk about toys. They're going to sell at 2 points in the year right now, or come Christmas time. And come Christmas time, the sales are 10x. So I do classify toys as seasonal, and I have a lot of experience in the niche, but toys are always fantastic, especially what better way to make money in America than sell sand? Selling sand is possibly the same thing as selling ice to Eskimos. So it's fantastic. Now, I thought this one was interesting. I put this and I quantify this as being in the home improvement niche, but a lot of people could actually classify this in the baby making niche, and or potentially in the tying up your kids because you're sick and tired of them running around like crazy lunatics niche. Not that I have any personal experience with that, but I'm sure a lot of you out there do. And then we get down to the real deal here. People want to eat. So yes, kitchen niche, while it sells pretty well all year round, it's especially selling right now because people want to get out of their house. So they're charcoaling, they're barbecuing, they're doing enough things to keep themselves occupied, including sewing, which is a good niche right now and in the next 6 to 18 months, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be staying home more and more often. Now, here's a niche where a lot of people would say, like, Liz, I can't get into the sewing niche. I can't compete with Singer sewing machines or whatever the name is of those popular sewing machines. But you can get into the sewing machine accessory niche, which a lot of people don't pay attention to, but it can be extremely lucrative if you can create the right actual sewing machine accessories. Like, imagine this: girls like pink and girls like butterflies and girls like ribbons and bows and cats and crap like that. Why not making a sewing machine thing with some of those things actually on it instead of a plain white one? I can guarantee you that women will buy a pink sewing machine cover. And that's how we actually stand out from Singer, who isn't willing to do that. Now, last week I talked about these fabric storage cubic bins. At this point in time, you can pretty much take any product out there and call it a fabric such and such, and it'll sell because people are buying fabric in record numbers to sew their own masks. Now, lastly, I wanted to point this actually product out, and it's not lastly, it's just I thought it was almost the icing on the cake. Who wouldn't want to buy their pet products, particularly pet accessories from an ISIS company? That's got to be one of the best products I've ever seen. Buy this pet product from ISIS. They're surely going to take care of your dogs. They care so much about humanity, for F's sake. And then on top of that, hemorrhoid cream. Now, taking care and being healthy niche, health, all that kind of niche is always going to do really well. But honestly, hemorrhoidal suppositories are probably pretty hot right now because a lot of people are sitting around. So think of the things that come along and complement hemorrhoidal suppositories. I'm talking about donuts that you can sit on and things that help make your life a lot easier, particularly when you're suffering from something like hemorrhoids because you've been sitting on your ass too long watching the media talk about coronavirus. And then finally, I tell you guys, I can't stop selling this product. Ladies either love me or hate me because of that, but this just goes to show you that you could sell anything on Amazon. So how do we take advantage of this? How do we create our own product? Well, it's pretty simple. One product that I kept seeing selling time and time again are these actual games. So I took it upon myself to actually do some research on the niche. And one product that I thought was just ingenious, I kind of almost wish that I had thought about it myself, is an actual jigsaw puzzle that has no picture on it whatsoever. Talk about a cruel joke, but it's true. This actual jigsaw puzzle is selling red hot on Amazon, which brings me to the actual final big lesson of this actual video. Why not try and sell a board game, right? Especially if you have a really big imagination. Now, some people would think selling a board game is crazy. I could never compete with Chutes or Ladders or Life. But yes, you can, because I'm here to show you and prove that people are not necessarily even typing Chutes and Ladders and or the game of life. They are actually typing random keywords that nobody at the professional game niche are thinking about. So let me show you my example. And on Blackbox, I'm going to use a tool that's called Amazon Product Research, and it's Blackbox. So I'm going to click on keywords here, and what I'm going to search for is the actual keywords to a very trendy game right now called Unstable Unicorns, right? We want to find out for the game Unstable Unicorns, how many people are buying it by actually searching unstable unicorns. And what this actually shows us is that if you look at all these keywords that have unstable unicorns in it, there's 17 keywords. Now, the expansion packs does have quite a bit of actual traffic, but unstable unicorns board games have very little traffic. And here's the crazy thing. If you take a look here, this actual keyword, unstable unicorn, has 410 searches, and out of that 410 searches, it's generating about $61,000 in sales. So what that tells me is that not a lot of people are searching the name unstable unicorns to actually buy this game. People are in fact instead searching third-party keywords. Now, what are those third-party keywords? We could investigate further with actual helium-10, but I think we're almost out of time. Let me see if I can actually grab the ASIN and do that for you quickly. All right, so here we have what people are actually searching for when they buy this game. Unicorn game is one of the top keywords, as well as unicorn games, strategy games. Unstable unicorns is one of them. Unicorn card game. But as you can see, it would be very easy to compete with somebody like this because you're doing all the keyword research and you realize that you can actually sell board games without having to rank for the proper name. You can sell board games because guess what? People are just buying unicorn stuff because, well, it's unicorn, right? And that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys are fired up by all the opportunity, then I suggest you get out there and you jump on some of these products that I talked about. And like I said before, you can do one of two things. You can either buy it online, send it to your house, and then ship it into Amazon and sell it, or merchant fulfill it, which pretty much means you list it on Amazon and they list it for sale and you have to ship it from your house. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. And as always, I personally answer them. I'll see you in the next video.